How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I'm going to be hopping into some ranked seasons as well as the postseason event. I'm going to try out some of these new postseason players that we got. I'm going to be looking to try out Framber Valdez here in this first game. I'm also looking to debut Lucas Giolito in a game of ranked seasons. We are using the God Squad, or at least a team of my best players. Let's go ahead and get right into it. And after I play this game of ranked seasons, I think I'm going to try and pick up the postseason version of Gio Urshela as well as Chris Taylor and try those guys out in the event. But anyway, I did try out Lucas Giolito in a previous event, and this card was okay. I was actually kind of impressed with how effective he is, simply because he does have the 125 hits per 9. I think that that's going to help. Also, keep in mind, I haven't been playing ranked seasons that much, so I've dropped down in the divisions pretty low. I'm in the pennant race division. I'm at 590 rating when I'm playing this, so we have to keep that in mind. We are playing on All-Star, and I have faced this Nate Pearson, or at least this Future Star 99 overall Nate Pearson from Moments Extreme, Conquest Extreme, and Showdown Extreme. I faced him on Hall of Fame. This card's absolutely nasty. On All-Star, he's much easier to pick up. I mean, I've already been on the fastball. I've been a little bit late on the slider a couple times. The curveball is really his best pitch, in my opinion, especially on the harder difficulties when the timing window is a little bit different for off-speed and fastballs, or at least it's a little bit different in terms of waiting back on off-speed and swinging early enough on fastballs, especially on legend difficulty. So with that being said, here we get a curveball up in the zone. I mean, that was kind of a hanger, but I still missed it a little bit. Nick Castellanos kind of hooked that one fair for a homer. Here we have Mickey Mantle going deep as well. Slider up in the zone, same type of thing, way under it. Definitely missed it a little bit, but that is Mickey Mantle, as well as playing here at Chip It on All-Star. There are a few variables that will go into that. Next pitch he throws, I'm looking for a fastball inside. Turn on this one. Once again, PCI placement questionable. 3 homers in a row, all questionable in my opinion, I would say. Well, here you have Jimmy Fox up, the cleanup hitter, batting behind Babe Ruth, and he's also going deep. Babe Ruth got out, and Jimmy Fox picks us up, hits a solo shot on the cutter inside. Now we have Larry Walker up, who already has a home run in the game. That clip kind of glitched out a little bit, but that was a fastball right down the middle. Perfect line drive, and that hits off the double wall there in center field. So I wasn't able to capitalize in that last inning, but we were at least able to square the ball up more consistently and hit pitches over the middle of the plate. That's something that I've noticed. When I take breaks in this game, I tend to miss pitches that are right there. If I'm playing the game consistently, every day for an hour, every day for a couple hours, then I tend to hit pitches over the middle a lot easier because I'm used to the timing. But honestly, it depends. Sometimes take a break, it takes me a few innings to get the timing down, and sometimes I come out swinging and I hit the first few pitches really well in the game, and just feels like riding a bike. So it just depends on the day, depends on how I'm feeling with the controller. But anyway, we're up by 5 runs in this one. I did mercy rule the last opponent I played in ranked seasons, and I'm really looking to close this one out, or at least pitch with the lead and not throw the ball right down the middle like I just did right there. But we are also trying out Framber Valdez. I took Lucas Giolito out in the 4th inning. Normally I wouldn't have done that, but I just wanted to try this card out. He does also have 74 stamina, so I want to see how many pitches he can throw before he gets tired. Here he's up to bat here. The first postseason card that we're going to debut, and he's getting a base knock. That pitch was also right down the middle, and so was the previous one. I felt like he was just trying to get ahead, throw in a couple pitches there to the pitcher. Luckily, we got on base, trying to extend the inning a little bit. Score that run. 42 speed is the pitcher there on third, and that's not too slow at all. I mean, in terms of a reliever, a guy that is never really going to bat for you anyway, not bad. Not bad to get some mid-speed on the bases, because he is going to be able to score on this sac fly here. Babe Ruth drives that one to left field, and we tack on another run there. So we take a 6-run lead in the bottom of the 6th. Now we're in the top of the 7th with 2 down, and I threw about 32 pitches, and now he's in the yellow in terms of stamina. So that's kind of interesting. 74 stamina, and all he can throw is 30-something pitches. Maybe I'm doing something wrong with my pitching feedback. Maybe I'm just gassing these guys too quickly, throwing max effort pitches every single time. I'm not trying to, but I'm also not a very good pitcher in this game. I just try and throw them in there and hope for the best, pretty much. But here Larry Walker sends one deep. That's a perfect changeup over the middle. No doubter. I was looking for the fastball inside. This opponent also brought in, that Framber Valdez. He was using that sinker fastball combination with that velocity. He went to Chapman, a little bit more velocity, and I scored a couple runs off him. So we have an 8-1 lead. He's getting one back. Ty Cobb, as a pinch hitter, goes deep, and that Ty Cobb's a really tough out. I don't know what to throw to him, and he hit the sinker low and away, out for a homer. We have to just try and get that run right back. Bottom of the 8th, Mickey Mantle starts us off with a solo shot. If we can get something going here in this inning, we only need 3 runs to make it a mercy rule, but really I'm just trying to focus on having a good game with some of these players. Like Mike Trout, this is his 4th base hit of the game, and one of the best cards that I've had since picking him up, or at least for me on my team. Jimmy Fox had himself a pretty good game as well. Here's his second base knock, another RBI, and that's going to be a double. Also, Mickey Mantle had a pretty productive game. Babe Ruth drove in a couple runs, didn't really have the best performance on the at the plate, but here we're going to try him out on the mound, try and close it out with Babe Ruth, just because we have a big lead. I wasn't able to get the mercy rule. I already used, a relief pitcher in this one. Actually, a couple relief pitchers. I used that Framber Valdez as well as Wade Davis, and I wasn't really trying to use any more guys, but this opponent's just hitting home runs off Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth and Frank Thomas were probably my go-to pitchers if I ever ran out of pitchers in my bullpen last year. And they pitched pretty well for me in extra inning games and games that, were just never ending. I know I played one game, it went into like the 15th inning, and I brought in Frank Thomas to try and close it out. He actually ended up blowing the game and losing it, but he still pitched an inning before that or something like that. But anyway, we are going to go ahead and hop into the event here. And I believe I played this guy before, Yeedy Nick. I think that I recognize his gamer tag. I'm not exactly sure, but he does also have a couple silver cards in his lineup. Maybe he's looking to get some daily missions done with that. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe he's looking to grind a program. But here we have Fernando Tatis, a card that struggled in the last game. Didn't get anything going with him. I think I got hit by a pitch. But, yeah, I didn't really get anything going offensively with him. They were leading off with a double. Perfect hit from Mickey Mantle. I don't have the Prestige Mickey Mantle in this event run for some reason. I forgot to put him in. But here we have runners on first and third. Babe Ruth squeaks that one through the right side, and that's going to drive in 1 run. Now we have Jimmy Fox coming up, and this is exactly what I want. That's why I want to have Jimmy Fox in my cleanup spot. Babe Ruth could not get the job done, even though he did knock a base hit. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the no-doubter. I'm looking for a perfect fly ball. Just get a good pitch over the middle of the plate, square it up, and that's a 4-0 lead now. So here we have Gio Urshela, very first at-bat with him. And honestly, just from this very first at-bat, I can tell that this card will be good. But for me personally, I just don't like the way he swings. I do like Chris Taylor's swing a little bit more. He does kind of remind me of a budget Craig Biggio, and I mentioned that in a previous video. I mentioned how he kind of looks like a similar card to Craig Biggio, just not as much contact. He does play, a variety of positions, but his swing type also is kind of the same. I wasn't able to score any more runs in that first half of the inning, but here we have Max Fried in the game, and so far, this pitcher's pretty good. He got 2 outs very quickly, but the thing I noticed right away is how smooth his motion is to pitch with. His feedback is, very easy to get, or at least it's very easy to kind of control that feedback meter, and that's something that I look for in pitching, because I do have a tough time pitching and using this analog stick, trying to locate pitches, and sometimes even when you hit it perfectly, they don't go exactly where you want. So you want that type of pitcher, or at least a pitcher that you feel comfortable using in ranked seasons. And Max Fried might be a good budget guy for you. Of course, just like everybody else in the game, they can get lit up at times, and that's going to happen right here. I mean, Gary Sheffield drives in a run, but ultimately I think that card could be very effective in terms of ranked seasons if you have more of a budget team, or maybe not the best all-around pitching staff, or a lot of free guys that are 99 overall. Anyway, here Cody Bellinger is extending the game, or at least breaking the game open a little bit. Top of the third with 2 outs. The opponent went with an intentional walk to Robinson Cano as the previous batter, and now we'll go ahead and get into another game here. I believe I also matched up with this opponent once before in an event as well. Here we get a fastball slide step right over the plate, and I moved the PCI way too quickly. Got on top of that. That was just horrible. I knew right away that once that happened, I was going to give up some runs here in the bottom of the first. I had a great pitch. Could have easily be a 2-0 game, and I missed it. This opponent definitely can hit, though. I know I played him once before. I believe he played at Laughing Mountain Stadium, if I remember correctly. But anyway, he does take a 1-0 lead here on this play. He was also able to score a couple more runs, and I only was able to score 1 run in that game. Ended up losing 3-1. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you all for watching. Peace out.